Sound. All right. So we are going to be diving into our very first live weekly reading. So this is something that I've wanted to do for a while because I love my live chat so much. I've always appreciated the Saturday live chat. And so I wanted to expand on it. And so from here on out, for as long as we'll see, I want to do Sunday live chats. So moving my Saturday live chat to Sunday, but having it more focused on the weekly reading plus tons of other good stuff. So I'm also going to be doing monthly live readings. So for upcoming month of March, I'm still going to have a pre-recorded reading, but for April and moving forward, kind of the 12 days leading up to April, I will do each day a live chat for each of the zodiac signs. So, let's say one day is going to be Aries, and then Sagittarius, and Taurus, and Gemini, all of that. So that way people can tune in specifically for their zodiac sign. And of course, we'll have, many other things that will go on during that as well. Okay, so let's see. Before we get started, I need to grab my tea. I left it up on the counter, but I hope you guys are having wonderful I was gonna say Saturday, wonderful Sunday. Sumi, you're in Mexico. Well, girl, have a blast. Tell me all about it. I can't wait to hear. I know that you said that you were in Texas, and I loved the Selena Memorial, and that would be something that I would like to go see someday. So, yeah, so let me, like I said, grab my tea, and then we're going to go ahead and jump into it. I have my little list for this chat. It's going to be run a little bit differently, but I've been making some changes kind of, with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot and YouTube and everything, just so that I can feel, a better connection with everyone, because that's my favorite thing to do. Of course, yes, I love making videos, but I love chatting with you guys a lot. Okay, so let's grab the tea. Actually, you know what? Let's just bring the camera. Here we go. We're going to go get my tea. Da, da, da. It's tea time. Oh, my butt is catching the light. Okay. Here we go. Tea. Hello, hello. And back around. Try not to break anything. Okay. And down we go. Landing the spaceship. Here we go, here we go. Alrighty. Okay. And here we are. Okay, so let me have a sip of tea, and I will kind of go through what we'll be doing today, all right? Okay. All right, so La Luna es Amor. Good morning. Happy birthday to any fellow February 27th Pisces babies. Yes, of course, to all of you celebrating out there, especially, this week going into our end of February and then beginning of March. So all the Pisces babies out there. I hope everyone is having a good day so far. Me too. Let me know what you guys have planned today. So is it a relaxing day? Is it an adulting day? Are you guys partying it up today? Sumi's in Mexico. So what do you guys have planned for today? And if you guys have any plans for this week, and if you are having a birthday this week, let me know, because we always have to do a little sing for the people who celebrate some birthdays. Okay, so La Luna says doesn't have any tea prepared, so off to go make some. Well, sounds good to me. You guys grab a cuppa and let's dive in. Okay, I said I have my notes here. So I'm going to treat this much like I do working at my altar, because I am at my altar. So I'm going to cast an elemental circle, so that we all kind of come into the circle, kind of clear it a little bit so that we can all dive into this energy together. I am a Mayan astrologist, so I'm going to go over first today's Mayan astrological energy and message, and kind of what this whole week will bring us from a Mayan perspective. It And also, I wanted to point out that with different astrologies, sometimes there's Western astrology, Eastern astrology, Mayan astrology, different types of astrologies out there. And I don't believe that people need to feel like they need to just choose one. I think that the more you learn and the better understanding if you have of different cultures and their points of view, and especially the way they understand and utilize astrology, I think you'll find a really common understanding. And it's so interesting how connected they are and how similar they are in their points of view and their messages, especially on a daily basis, monthly basis, yearly basis. And so it's also always very good to constantly be a student and expand your horizons. Okay, so we'll look into the Mayan astrological message. We're going to go into the herb of the week, and this is something I want to incorporate because I'm a little green witch and I love working with herbs. I love making teas, especially because I love ingesting my magic. And sometimes, like when I'm doing a little bit of baking, certain herbs for particular purposes and things like that. So I'm going to talk about the herb this week as it pertains to the energy of this week. So the herb is directly connected with that energy. We're going to go into the 7-day forecast starting from today and then going into Saturday of this coming Saturday, next Saturday, the blessings and blocks that are associated with each day leading up to Saturday next week. Then we're going to go into an elemental forecast. So instead of each and every zodiac sign, which I would do for the monthly readings, it's grouped by elements. So all of the air signs, we're going to look at, what to look for and maybe what to avoid for this coming week. All the fire signs, earth signs, water signs, etc. I did post a poll on YouTube, on my Patreon, and my YouTube members with 3 questions, and or actually it was 4 questions, and it was the top question would be in this particular live chat. So everybody voted on the question, what opportunity is headed my way? So that is the question for this week that you guys voted for. So we're going to take a look at that. We're going to also be doing a viewer's choice poll. Butterfly love child, hey! And so for the viewer's choice poll, that is for everybody who's actually in the chat today. So yes, we have a kind of special poll that we do before this chat starts, kind of a few days before this chat starts. But for everybody who's actually here, you guys have a chance to participate again for another question that we can dive into this week. And so I have a couple of questions, but you guys get to vote which one you would like me to read for. Okay, so we'll get to that. Then after that, we will get into a healing. I have some of my healing tools here, so we can just kind of help ourselves, cleanse ourselves, and go into this week with some awesome sauce energy. All right. After that, I will be doing 1-card draws for everybody who is doing super chats and super stickers, and they would like me to pull a card specifically for them and their question. I'll do that at the very end. So again, if you would like to have a 1-card reading along with all of the reading that I'm going to be doing today, then just go ahead and do those super chats or super stickers. Okay, after that, I'll be closing up the circle, and then finally thanking all of my patrons, you guys, and everybody who supports my channel, and I appreciate you guys so much. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and have a little bit of tea. Okay. So I'm going to start off by lighting my purple candle here. Purple directly relating to the crown chakra and upper chakras, to kind of bring in that source energy and that information, but also not just for me, but for you guys. So if you do get other messages with the cards that I'm pulling, definitely maybe put it in the comments so that we can have a more broad understanding of the energies for this week. So definitely don't hold back if your intuition is also speaking to you. Okay, so bringing in that purple energy. I love color magic. So let's go ahead and light her up. And this is a brand new candle, so let's give it a chance to burn down. Okay, so with our candle going, I'm going to set this off to the side as we're now opening up the energies for our reading. I also have a sandalwood cone for some incense to kind of clear the area. Sandalwood is very cleansing and clearing. Also used in a lot of healing tinctures and salves. Sandalwood is wonderful, so I'm just letting it burn a little bit. All right, here we go. And a little bit of Florida water. Let's go ahead and just clear it up a little bit. All right. I'm also going to be using one of my wands. I have a few different wands, but this is one I made, and we have one very similar to this that we also sell in Desert Cauldron. By the way, if you're ever wondering about any of my information, it is in the information box down below. But this is actually a Mesa tooth, and it has an Ethiopian opal in it. I really love the energy of it, so I'm going to cast an elemental circle. And the north is actually to the side of me over here. So let's go ahead and you guys take a nice deep breath in, out, ground yourselves, however it is that you guys use your visualization for grounding, and then imagine that source energy, that white light coming in through your upper chakras, coming down into your body, every cell, and out through your root. Okay, continue breathing, continue focusing on your breath. In and out. In and out. All right. Okay, as I cast my circle, I'm going to hold my wand in my hand like this and move my wand around. I'm imagining a blue protective light expanding out as far as the eye can see as my altar extends outwards to include everyone in this chat today. All right, so starting in the north. I call upon the energy of the north, of that earthen energy, to strengthen the circle. Call on the energy of the east, the air element, to enliven the circle. Call on the energy of the south, of fire, to warm the circle. Call on the energy of the south, of water, to cleanse the circle. I'm going to ring my singing bowl 3 times. And with that, we are ready for our readings. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Feels so good. Long hair, skinny Ito. Hey! Okay, so let me move this off to the side so I don't bump these things. And we'll have another sip of tea. Okay. All right. So let's first start talking about the Mayan astrological energy for this week. So, if you wanted to know more about Mayan astrology, by the way, I do teach a course in the Leon Mystery School, which the link for that is down below in case you're curious. But just the short and quick version. Um, the astrological weeks are not 7 days long, but 13 days long. And so actually today would be 5 men. So we're kind of in the 5th day of that 13-day week. We started off the week, and I do have some of my Mayan astrological cards here. We started off the week with Chuen. And so it is believed that whoever starts the week, whichever energy starts the week, it kind of has an influence. It presides kind of throughout the rest of the week, regardless of what the other energies and their other numbers are. So yes, they do have their own kind of energy, but there's a sprinkling of the person or the energy that started that week. And so we have Chuen. And so Chuen is the Nahual, or you could say the representative of artists and creators, and that Koyopa energy, which we think of as the life force energy. Some people refer to it as the Kundalini energy. And so it's this fiery spark to start something, to do something a little bit different. And so that's kind of the energy that, is in a little bit of today and for, obviously the whole 13-day week. So kind of keep that in mind for today and, the rest of our Gregorian calendar 7-day week. So we start off with that one Chuen, new beginnings as it pertains to that explosive, creative, artistic energy. And if you are indeed an artist in whatever capacity that is, think about tapping into that energy, that creative energy, or tapping into the muses, as they may say. So one Chuen today is actually 5 men. So keeping this in mind, we have 5 men today. And no, men doesn't mean like men, like males. Men represents the eagle, being able to soar above and look down on a situation, being able to see a broader sense of things instead of being, confined and down, in the nitty gritty. Sometimes it's okay to be down in there, but it's sometimes hard to see beyond, maybe 6 feet in front of us. So sometimes we need men to take us high above so that we can look down. So how does that connect to Chuen and the 5 Chuen? 5 being a very fast-paced energy in Mayan numerology, but also take into consideration your knowledge of numerology and what that means to you. Hey, Michelle! So 5 men, it is connecting with that creative energy, being able to take that creativity, rise up a little bit, and how could you be even more creative today with this very fast-paced energy? We have this very rushing energy. So instead of rushing into it with eyes closed or, down on the ground, get into meditation, or however it is that you tap into your higher self, into your heart space here, into your higher chakras, and into your higher self. And how could you create something that is going to have a lasting effect for the rest of this week? So taking what you make today and seeing how you can extend it, make it something fun, might as well make it something fun, I'd like to have a fun week. So what could you do today with all of this fast energy, this quick energy, with this creative energy, and having this eagle eye view? What could you do to make tomorrow fun, and today fun, and Tuesday fun, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday? What could you do to have that lasting effect? It could be something that you do on your own. It could be something that you involve friends, family, your children, your fur babies. But think of something that you could do that will have a longer lasting effect than just today. Okay? When we do end up ending our 7-day week, which would be Saturday of next week, we're going to be going into that Emish energy, and we go into 11 Emish. And in Mayan astrology, as the numbers get higher, they get more powerful. And sometimes the powerful energy could be a little bit more chaotic. Sometimes it's more stabilized, just kind of depending on the number. But the number 11 is neither positive nor negative. So with that increased energy, you could decide to take it in a more negative route. It just depends on you and your perceptions, your reactions to things. City of the Shadow Seas, hey! Or you could take it into a more positive route. Really, the choice is up to you. So as you feel things maybe getting a little imbalanced or out of whack, that might be the time that you want to come back to center. Maybe even do a quick 1-2 minute meditation, especially if you're kind of out and about, and decide, how do I want to go forward with the rest of this day? Do I want to stay in this maybe chaotic energy, or do I want to get out of this energy? And if I want to get out of it, how am I going to get out of it? Okay, so it's just being more mindful when things do start to go south or things are going pretty awesome. So Emish, by the way, is also connected to artists in a way because it is the left side of reality. It's considered the Nahual of the left side of reality, meaning seeing things from a very different perspective than we would normally see in the 3D or your average person. You know, hence why it's usually connected to artists, because they're able to create something that's different, that's out of our realm. You know, hey, Shadow Seas, this has just got out of a lavender Epsom salt bath. Oh, Shadow Seas, by the way, stick around at the end of the chat. I will pull a 1-card draw for you. So how could you have a more unique perspective depending on the situations that occur this coming next Saturday? So next Saturday. All right. So just kind of keep that in mind with that 11 energy, and maybe get a little creative with it, because remember, you're still under the guidance of Chuen, which is that creative life force energy, sometimes known as very divine feminine energy. Okay, moving on, having a sip of tea. Let's go to the herb for the week. So whether you're a green witchy or not, it's good to maybe think about spices, herbs that you already have. This is my pantry over here, actually. Things that you already have, and maybe you want to incorporate it into a tea. Maybe you want to incorporate it into your cooking. Maybe if you are more witchily inclined, you want to incorporate it at your altar practice. Okay. This is something that most everybody has, and I'm trying to pick herbs that I think most people would have on hand, because there are some wonderful herbs out there, but sometimes those herbs are only accessible in the UK, or they're only accessible in the United States, you know, and or wherever it may be, or in Africa, you know. So I want to make sure that it's something that most people can access, okay? And that is turmeric. That's right. I got this at the grocery store. This is ground turmeric. Some of you can grow your own turmeric, and that's awesome. I have a hard time growing things right now, although I used to, but right now I'm in an apartment. But once we do get our house for #burning sage and we have our retreat out there, I'm going to be growing most of my own stuff. So for now, I have to get the grocery store stuff. So here we have some ground turmeric. So you might be asking, what the heck does turmeric have to do with the energy of this week, and how can I use it? Thank you for asking. Okay, so I have my notes here, just make sure I don't leave anything out. But remember that we're in this Chuen energy, right? We're in this creative energy. Well, I was trying to think of a spice or an herb that would help to give us a creative boost for this week. So something that's going to help the old gray matter between the ears, okay? And that is going to be turmeric. So turmeric has it's antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. Oftentimes, I like to use it in teas that I make, kind of like a golden milk tea. Make sure, by the way, that whenever you're using turmeric, you add pepper as well, because the active ingredient in turmeric is curcumin. And a way to get that powerful antioxidant and anti-inflammatory juices out of it is to use pepper. So make sure that you're pairing it with pepper. So any of the teas that I make with this, I often pair it with pepper in order to draw out everything that it can in order to help me. So sometimes I use it if I want to boost my immune system. So this is really good for our immune system, but it's also good for the brain, because you think about, well, I do want to, you know, detoxify. I do want some anti-inflammatory elements in there. I do want some antioxidant elements in my brain, because if things are, you know, a lot more clear, then you're more clear thinking. You have a greater capacity for creativity. Okay. Let's see, Shadow Seas. I've ordered an aloe plant and drink, and I've been in burnout for a while, so I'm going to try the aloe drink tomorrow for the first time once it gets here. Let me know how it goes, by the way. Love aloe. I used to grow some aloe. Fabulous. Okay. Let's see, what else I put here just so I don't forget. Oh, there is a hormone in the brain called BDNF. And it's actually what helps us with memory recall, with creativity, and being able to retain memories. So it's good for people who feel like they're a little burned out, like our friend Shadow sees. And sometimes when we feel burnout, it's harder for us to be able to do simple things like easy math, and being able to sometimes even hold a conversation when we feel a loss of words because our brain is just tired, burned out. And so that particular hormone is in charge of all of that brain function. But if we're not getting enough sleep, or if we're doing a lot of overthinking of things, and we've been just burning the wick at both ends, then that hormone's in overdrive, it can get burned out. So let's help increase that hormone, that brain hormone that's going to help with our creativity, our memory, and kind of bring our brain back to where it needs to be. Add a little bit of turmeric along with its friend pepper. But remember that we can't solely rely on our plant allies for all of the work. We got to be doing our work too, our energetic work, and they just become our assistants. So ask for your assistant turmeric this week, if you guys got it on hand. And yes, it does turn things a lovely golden color. So by the way, so it may stain your hands a little orange, but that's okay. Okay. All right. So moving on, let's go into finally our 7-day forecast. And afterwards, we'll get into you little elementals, my air signs, my water signs, my fire signs, and my little earthy babies with some more tea. Okay, so for this 7-day forecast, I'm going to be, actually, let me just show you all the decks I'm working with. I'm going to use my Wally's World Oracle. Today we're also going to use the Connected and Free Oracle, the Cat Tarot, and the Mars Power Tarot. Okay, so I'm going to pull just a theme card for the week first with Wally's World. And then I'll pull a card for today, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And the cards I'll pull are for our challenges for each day, but also our blessings for each day. So what can you try to open yourself up to, and also kind of what to watch out for. Maybe not to avoid it, but just to understand it and see how you can work through it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. And just as a reminder, as I, shuffle these cards, that all of my information is down below. But if you did want me to pull a card for you at the end of this chat, just go ahead and do a super sticker or a super chat, and I'll pull that one card for you for whatever your question may be. All right? Okay. Let's go ahead and put that down. And let's take a look at our energy for this week. Okay, so we have the last card in my Wally's World deck, and this actually is not Wally. There's two times in the deck where Wally is not in there, but there are two other cats who have crossed over, and this is actually my old cat Presley, who has crossed over. And card 64 is about transformation and starting anew. So this, with definitely like what Mayan astrology was saying, that there is a lot of creative energy, obviously, this week. But this card definitely connects with health, and it could be physical health, emotional health, mental health. So what are some creative things that you can do this week that you haven't done before in order to help yourself emotionally, get creative? It could be something fun. It doesn't always have to be something daunting. That's where that kind of thinking out of the box comes in, and maybe you want to add a little turmeric to help you out with that. But what is something that you can help to aid your healing emotionally this week? What about physical healing? If you're feeling kind of under the weather, or you have some aches and pains, what can you do that's something that you haven't tried before? when it comes to your mental health. If there's something that you haven't tried before, in order to kind of work through some things, maybe you want to try something different this week. So this is about healing this week in all its different capacities, okay? And getting creative with it. So what a beautiful card, kind of pairing up lovely with the Mayan energy. Okay, so let's pull from my Mars Power Tarot. I have a little bit more tea. Let me try to make some space. I'm gonna move this out of the way. Okay, so give me a moment while I just pull all of the cards for the week. So for today, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, for the blocks and also the blessings, so challenges and opportunities. Ooh, so much energy, you guys. Wednesday. Ooh, whoa, Friday, dude. Shadow City said, or City of Shadows says, I wrote a song about burnout last night, at least the lyrics for one. Well, that's tapping into that Chuen creative energy. Okay, Saturday, opportunities. Saturday blocks. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and put this down. I didn't realize I still had like herbs. Sometimes I put herbs inside of my my deck boxes. Okay, so let's take a look at the energy today. So like I said, today is 5 men, but let's see what the tarot has to say as well. So let's take a look at your opportunities. I know we're all in different time zones. You know, I'm on Arizona time over here. We have 10 of Wands. Maybe our friend City of the Shadowlands is not the only one experiencing burnout, but today, Sunday, is an opportunity. Billy, hi, I gotta go 6, but hi for now. Hey, Billy. So today is an opportunity to figure out how can you get a little bit creative in releasing some of those burnouts, the stress that we're feeling right now. Some of you guys do work on Sunday, but for the majority of people, they don't usually work on a Sunday. It's called the burnout stage, yes. So some of you are in a burnout stage. I know there's been a lot going on. There's a lot of energy. That 222222 portal was intense. So take the opportunity to perform a little bit of self-care. That doesn't always look like a bubble bath, but sometimes it's a meditation. Sometimes it's an asking yourself, what do you need today? Do you need to take a little break ski? Like just don't do anything. Maybe you don't want to get out of bed today, and that's fine too. I know that we're in a very 3D hustle and bustle world of go, 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 go. But you have to think, you know, who are the people really that are pushing us for the go, 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 go? And are they going to be there when we can no longer go, go, go anymore? So remember to put yourself first. I know that you have jobs, and I know that sometimes you have to, you know, go to work and go to these jobs. But some of you do have vacations, time off, take a sick day, even if you're not quote unquote sick. But we do make ourselves sick when we don't listen to our own energy. So if you are feeling some burnout, maybe you take Monday off for a mental health day, an emotional health day, a physical health day, because you just literally hurt. So today, take the opportunity to think about how you are going to honor yourself today and honor your body's need to rest, to relax, to feel rejuvenated. Maybe it's going for a walk. Maybe you don't have nature right next door, but maybe you have a local park. Maybe you go for a bike ride. If it's too cold to go outside, well, then bundle up and maybe make a snowman. You know? So think of something that takes your mind off of what it's getting burned out with, you know, and not to ignore the things that are going on, but how could you rethink and rework some of those to-do lists so that they're not so overwhelming? Okay, so take that opportunity today. Let's see, Billy said, I bought the book you showed spreads for the 365-day book. That's amazing. Today I had a bed day. Exactly, you guys, listen to Billy. Put my back on Friday and had to go to real slow and be real careful. So yes, listen to your bodies, honor your body. And oftentimes when mishaps do happen with our bodies, maybe it's telling us, oh, whoa, girl, dude, do that, whatever, you got to slow down. Okay, so some challenges we might face today. We have the King of Pentacles. Okay, our challenge is ourself today, because in our head we might have, okay, it's Sunday, this is my last day to get this done, I gotta go wash the car, I gotta go do the dishes, I gotta pay some bills, I gotta go do this and this and this, all this adulting stuff, because I need to have everything out of the way so that I can go to work and do more work on Monday. Well, that doesn't really leave one feeling too refreshed by the time Monday rolls around tomorrow. Billy said lots of lovely meditations on Plum Village from Te Naktektan. Yes, so he has actually since passed away, but still all of the lovely energy is out there. So please check it out there on Plum Village. So remember that you're not a machine. You're a human being with a body, with emotions. Purity and passion said rest and rejuvenate. Yes. You have a brain that is also, some people keep comparing it to a computer, but it's not a legitimate computer. And even computers, when you leave them on too long, they start to slow down. The memory starts to get full. It starts to get a little sluggish. But we're human. We're made of flesh and blood and cells and all kinds of other things. And yes, we have a spirit that's inside, but our body, please honor it. Don't try to look at things as if you're a computer trying to run through a list of things before it needs to start more tasks the following day. Okay? So just remember, I'm a human being, I'm not a computer. I'm a human being, I'm not a computer. All right, so your challenge is to remember that today. Yes, I know you have things to do, but maybe you can delegate some of those things. Maybe you can put some of those things off. And don't let your ego get in the way, by the way, because sometimes our ego is like, oh, I can't put it off because it would just make me feel better if it was done right now. Okay, that's the ego talking. What would your soul say? What would your spirit say? Okay, so that is the challenge for today. All right, so let me move these, well, move the camera here. So Billy has the link for Plum Village in case you guys are looking for some meditative things and ways to help yourself. And yes, human beings, not human doings. Very, very correct. All right, so let's look at tomorrow. Let's look at Monday. So let's look at our opportunities. 4 of Pentacles. Well, lo and behold, if you take the advice for today, Billy says, what you do today creates your tomorrow. Exactly. And this is exactly what it's saying here, Billy, and to all of you. But if you take the advice for today, tomorrow you have the opportunity to really see where you can chillax. And this being your physical world, in the material world, where you're understanding, you know what? Maybe I do put too much pressure on myself. You know what? Maybe that doesn't actually need to get done like 5 minutes ago. That can get done tomorrow. Or, you know what? I can have somebody help me with this, because remember that we're a collective, we're a group of people, we're meant to work together. And I know that in traditional school, they teach us that we are individuals and that we should be doing things individually. If you can't do it individually, then there's something wrong with you. And yes, sometimes they do group work in classrooms. And I was a teacher for many years, a high school teacher. I know. But for the most part, we're taught that the world needs to be dealt with alone, and that if you can't deal with it alone, then somehow you failed. And that's incorrect, because you're not alone in this world. How many billions of people are on this planet? Okay, you're not alone. How many billions of souls are on this planet? Not just human souls, but animal souls, plant souls, crystals. There's a lot of things on here that we can connect with and work with. Okay, so this Four of Pentacles here, take that understanding, take the opportunity to understand, you know what? I can have somebody help me with this. I don't have to do this alone. And therefore I can relax. I can just maybe be in a little bit of hermit mode today, okay? Or I'm going to just do a couple of things today that I think absolutely need to get done, that actually absolutely need to get done, not what my ego says. And so again, what you do today is going to affect tomorrow, because, well, that's just the way the world works. Okay, so blocks to look out for. We have the Three of Wands. Okay. And this, as I'm seeing this right away, the download that was coming in is, sometimes, Billy said, circle the wagons, rest and regroup. Exactly. Sometimes and this is, I'm trying to put it into words, what I'm getting. Sometimes when we feel overwhelmed by something, instead of asking for help from a friend, a coworker, I don't know, family member, we sometimes say, I wish that some magical thing would happen and just take all my worries away. I just wish something would come in and take all of my stress away. I wish that I could just win the lottery and it would make all my problems disappear. Well, we can wish those things, and what actually comes to us is opportunities for us to release our own stress, opportunities for us to increase our own abundance. But sometimes, because we're wishing for some magic wand to make it happen for us, we miss out on the opportunities of being able to do it with other people, or even do it for ourselves, because we're so focused on how it should look like and how it should be. And that's unfortunately our ego shortcomings. So just be wary of that tomorrow. Okay? All right. So moving this to the side and just make some room here. Let's go into Tuesday. And if you guys are wondering what I'm drinking, it's just some simple green tea. Okay, so Tuesday, opportunities. We have the Nine of Wands. My gosh, how many wands and pentacles do we have so far? So this is definitely like your energy this week, and kind of our 3D material world. Purity said, thanks for the link, Billy. It's great. Billy has some awesome links for you guys. Okay, opportunities. All right. All right. I'm feeling like for Tuesday, you have the opportunity to work on the physical body. Okay, so if you've had some maybe kinks in your neck, aches and pains, knees are hurting, throughout your back, things like that, the energy of Tuesday gives you the opportunity to find out not only maybe creative ways, remember we're in that creative energy, creative ways to help heal yourself on the outside, but to take a moment to think about what could be causing my knees to ache. Yes, the quick answer could be, well, I did sports for a lot of years, therefore my knees ache. Or I bent over wrong and I threw out my back. Or I slept wrong and I kinked my neck. Okay, well, that could be one possibility, but what's the 4 and 5D possibility? Okay, you have the opportunity to go into meditation and think about, why is my neck actually kinked? What's my body really trying to tell me? And you could go into meditation, actually ask your neck, ask your back, Ask your knees. Ask, if you have arthritis in your fingers, ask them, what's truly going on that's causing this inflammation? What's truly causing the kink? It could be a core belief that's coming up and it's just coming out of the body that way. And it's causing you to behave in such a way or react in a certain way that could be causing injury to the physical body. It could be some traumas, just kind of coming out in that fashion. Especially if we put a lot of burden on ourselves and therefore we have a fitful night's sleep and then we wake up with a kinked neck, your neck is like, hey, you got some burnout going on. And where is that coming from? Okay, you have an opportunity to take a look at that. Billy said, had an amazing experience with Dolly Jasper, Phoenix Stone, Crystal. Tuning in, I felt so much heat from it. I had to touch the stone to make sure it was okay. And it was cold, but so much energy from it. I have a lot of crystals that do kind of that, where they're like hot on their own. Or no matter how long I hold it, it's still cold. Okay, so blocks for Tuesday. We have the Five of Swords. Okay, you guys, no need to get into a battle with other people that just want to battle you. This could be online. This could be with coworkers, people you see on the street. Where people just want to argue because they have something going on with themselves and they want somebody to direct it at. Instead of looking at themselves, they want to look at somebody else. So take, for instance, yesterday, James and I went to Domino's and we're waiting for our pizza, and there was a man in there who, instead of going up to the counter, grabbing his pizza, wanted somebody to bring it to him while he sat there. So he just sat there with his arms folded, waiting for somebody to bring his pizza to him 5 feet away, and just kept staring at it and staring at it and staring at it. Obviously, maybe not consciously, but subconsciously wanting to create conflict. So by the time he raised his voice and was like, had a lot of really not nice things to say to the poor teenagers working behind the counter. Where's my pizza? Oh, it's here, sir. Oh, I've been waiting here 20 minutes. You gotta remake it, He was looking for a fight. Now, what I thought was awesome is these kids, they didn't let it affect them. It's like, you know what? There's something that guy has wrong with him. That has nothing to do with us, nothing to do with our performance. And they went along and had a good day. After he left, they were laughing. They continued just basically whistling while they worked, and it didn't ruin their day. So some of the blocks that we encounter on Tuesday is people that are trying to ruin your day because they want you in their energy. And you have a choice to engage with them, get in that energy, or to smile and say, well, sorry you feel that way. I hope you have a great day. Because how do people come back to that? Okay, so just kind of watch out for that. Okay, let's put this off to the side. Oh, Silver Star, hey! Hey, love's been listening, had my hands covered in wax. Hope you all are doing well. City of the Shadow Seas said, society teaches everyone to place blame on others instead of looking inwards. True. It's the true. Purity said, stay positive. As Silver Star said, I meant in wax and not on. And Billy said, someone I know says, not my monkeys, not my circus. You know what? Yeah, make that your motto on Tuesday. Not my monkeys, not my circus. All right, on Wednesday, your opportunity is the Two of Cups. What? I was talking about, not doing things alone. That yes, sometimes there are things where we feel like individuals, but we shouldn't feel shameful for asking for help or making something a collaborative opportunity. You have an opportunity for some collaboration on Wednesday. And it could be something that you've always done yourself, but hey, we're in an era of some creative energy this week. Take advantage of it. Silver Star says, that's my line too. So let's say, you've got to pick the kids up from school. Well, instead of just, gotta pick the kids up from school, why don't you call your best friend and, actually make a little bit more of a trip out of it. You pick the kids up from school, but then you guys all decide to go to Dave and Buster's or something like that, where the kids can play the arcades. So turn the mundane into something fun. Okay, you have an opportunity for that on Wednesday. So taking what you normally do, just washing dishes, picking the kids up, going to work, coming straight home from work, going to the gym, how can you bring in somebody that you normally have funsies with, so best friend, sister, brother, maybe even a fur baby, and make it a lot more fun? Okay, so maybe when you get home from work, instead of just passing out immediately on the couch, maybe you decide, you know what would be a lot more fun is playing with the dog, taking the dog to the park. And I'm gonna have fun and let the dog run around for a while. Maybe take the dog to a dog park, you know, where it's like an enclosure, and just like go pass out in the grass. I mean, sometimes it's fun to better pass out in the grass than just passing out on the couch surrounded by four walls. You know, at least outside you're listening to the birds. There's butterflies. There's, you know, sometimes you can hear the laughter of other kids, and it could be a lot of rejuvenation in that. Okay, so think of some opportunities for connecting and doing something a little bit different. Okay, all right, let me look back here. Silver said, kind of funny you pulled the 10 of Wands. I pulled that today too. Hey, synchronicity. City of the Shadow Seas. For me, the phrase is not my board, not my wave. I dig that too. And Silver Star said, maybe either way is a good way to think. Great minds. Okay, the blocks then. So Wednesday's blocks. Whoops, I had this upside down. No, yeah. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay, right away I'm getting the download of blame. Like, I deserve this. Okay, sometimes, I mean, we can be a very positive person, but sometimes shit happens. And it's oftentimes a learning experience. You know, well, actually, all of life is a learning experience for us. You know, we learn about how we're dealing with things, how we're looking at the situation, and how we're going to approach it next time if this thing does again happen. And so it's to be careful of looking at any downturn or negative situation that happens and saying, oh man, I deserve it because I did X, Y, and Z, and now I'm being punished for it. Oh, this is karma coming after me. Oh, this is, you know, I was a bad person. If I was just smarter, this wouldn't happen. This is a lot of negative self-talk, and I'm guilty of it too, and I'm working through it. But whatever happens, look at it as a chance to grow and a chance to learn, instead of deciding that that is something that you deserve due to some character flaw. Okay? So I'm being absolutely serious with this one because I know that this affects a lot of us. That sometimes we'll look at a situation, decide that it's our fault because we're not smart enough, or we didn't have the strength for something, and we could say, you know what? And maybe it did have something to do with you, but you could say, you know what? I've learned something from that. I choose not to act in that manner next time because I'm going to grow from this situation. This is not an eternal flaw, so to speak, or something wrong with me, because there's nothing wrong with us. We're just growing, evolving human beings. That's what we are. Okay, so, and this being a major arcana, this is a major thing that's coming up for people. So just FYI. Okay, a little bit more tea on that one because I was like, woo, that was some energy. Billy's like, yes, so I'm not the only one here. Okay, on Thursday, you guys, this is interesting because when I pulled the Wheel of Fortune, I thought it was the Hangman, and here I am now pulling the Hangman card for the opportunities for Thursday. Okay, the opportunity for Thursday is to sacrifice a little bit of adulting for a little bit of a letting your child play, your inner child. Okay, I know that some of us try to incorporate a little bit of that on a daily basis, but really we're in a lot of creative, fun, interesting energy. So why not take it and just be quote unquote immature for a day. I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you're 21. I don't care if you're 91. Be quote unquote immature for a day. Silver Star says, no, not alone in that situation. Ugh, been working on that myself. Gifted Soul, hello, hello. Bernadette, oh, first time in the live. Well, welcome. City said, another phrase for me is not my equipment, not my investigation. I'm wanting to start my own paranormal investigation team. See, that's what I'm talking about. Creative energy. Get in it, you guys. So bring out the inner child, like almost 100 on Thursday. Whether you want to dress a little bit more quirky, like some are like, oh, you can't wear your hair that way. Oh, you can't dress that way. That's like for little kids. Okay, well, you know what? I don't care how other people look at me. You know what? And I know that's easier said than done. But I think bringing out our inner child will help us with not giving a about what other people think about us. And for me, yes, I personally get caught up in the opinions of others, and it does affect me emotionally, you know, but I'm working on it. But when it comes to how I dress and like how I do my hair or like leaving my white streak in, like I don't care. And that's what I'm trying to incorporate in the rest of my life. I really don't care what people have to say about my style or how I talk. You know, and that's something that I really am trying to put into the rest of my life. So what part of your life where it's like, I don't care, because kids really don't care. So where it's like, I don't care what you think about me, and try to make that your day. Okay. I leave that creativity up to you. Have fun with that. If you want to send me some IG pictures and, you know, tell me all about it, like, let me know. Okay, let me just go back here. Bernadette says, I'm a Capricorn. What up, Capricorn? Billy says, I want to get Midori page tabs that look like cute birds. Purity said the Ghostbusters A-team. That's awesome. And City of Shadow Seas says, I'm an Aquarius, Sun, Scorpio, Moon, Leo rising. Well, definitely keep that in mind because we're going to do our elemental reading after this. Well, thank you, Purity. Silver Star says, as long as we are happy, it shouldn't matter. Exactly. Be you, be true, says Purity Passion. And Bernadette is very happy to be here. We're happy to have you. My goodness. Okay, so the blocks for Thursday. We have the Page of Cups. All right. So I was saying for Thursday to bring out your inner child. Okay. And you can have fun with that for sure. Billy says, I don't make up because it hurts my skin. Don't dye my hair. I don't mind gray bits. I say the lines on my face are the story of my life. Fabulous. There you go. So I was saying, you know, be a big kid on Thursday. And if you can incorporate that into every day, more power to you. I try. But think about the other half of when our inner child comes out. That's the pouting, the tantrums, the why me. I'm getting that with the Page of Cups. I didn't get my way. You know, it's not my fault. It's her fault or it's his fault. Because sometimes kids have a hard time accepting responsibility. They want to play the blame game. And I mentioned earlier in the week not to get all caught up in somebody else's blame game, but also check yourself before you wreck yourself. When you are the culprit of the blame game, okay? So have fun with your inner child, but when your inner child comes up and wants to point some fingers, that's an opportunity for you guys to look inwards. Why is my inner child wanting to point fingers? You can heal from that. So again, don't get down on yourself, you know, and get into, oh, you know, I'm blaming everybody, you know, but what can you learn? What can your inner child teach you about that? Okay? So be careful from taking the inner child to the extreme. And if it does go to the extreme negative side, then what can you learn from it? What's your inner child trying to teach you? Okay. Let's see. Bernadette said, happy Sunday, everyone. Yes. And Purity said self-love. And yes, the happy birthdays to everybody who's celebrating this week. And today, especially. Let me know if you're having a birthday today. Okay, let's get into Friday, the day before the weekend, because a lot of people like to be working for the weekend. I like to think that I'm working for the everyday that's the weekend. All right, Billy, I will call you later. I will catch you later. But yes, message me if you have a question or anything like that. So we'll catch you later. Have a fabulous rest of your Sunday. Okay, so Friday opportunities, justice. All right, and what I'm getting from this justice card, oftentimes I think of the weighing of the heart in, Egyptian mythology, where we have the heart and you have the feather. And sometimes, is the heart heavier than the feather? Is it equal? Is it lighter? And so on Friday, where can you tap into your heart chakra more and less into the ego? Okay, so maybe some things come up and you think logically, I should do this or I should act in this particular way. But that's just the ego talking. And although the ego tries its best to help us navigate the 3D world because it is a 3D energy, the heart is our 4 and 5D. So where can we tap into the heart? So let's say, for instance, your ego is saying, okay, you need to do this on Friday. Okay. But what does my heart say? Is my heart in agreement with that? Again, weighing the scales. Or is my heart like, dude, you're just trying to make up for what you think you have as shortcomings. These are not shortcomings. This is you wanting to have a break. So listen to your heart. Your heart's got truth. It's got the true in here. So listen, what does your heart actually have to say about that? Make sure they're in alignment before you go ahead and make any decisions. Okay? And this should be something that we try to do on a daily basis, but on Friday especially, okay? Because we might get into the, I have to have everything done before the weekend so that I can just relax. But like as we just said before, oftentimes we don't end up relaxing on the weekend because we try to get all the stuff done that we couldn't get done during the week, and we end up just working through our weekend. So make sure that your decisions are in alignment with your heart, your true self here, okay? Take that opportunity. So the blocks that may occur, we have the Two of Wands. Okay. One block, and this is kind of what I was talking about, like I try to view every day as my weekend and not like this is the work week and now I can relax. Today I work, today I relax, today I work. Everything needs to be in a balance. So the block that could come up is the mentality that you need to drain yourself or work yourself silly because that's the societal pressure to do so. So where can you have more balance of a work play in your everyday, especially on Friday? Because sometimes Fridays people are like, either they let loose and just go nutballs or they try to get as much done. They work into the wee hours in the morning because they're hoping that'll make them feel more relaxed for the 2 days out of the entire week. Okay, so just be wary of that coming up, that challenge. Okay. All right, getting into the final day of the week, Saturday. Saturn in the day. Okay, so we have the Ten of Swords. We have an opportunity for us to, since many of us don't work on Saturdays, I know some of you guys do, and some of you guys just work maybe part-time on Saturday, but where do you have a chance to take a look at the ego on Saturday and think about how it might be hindering you more than helping you? And this might be where you don't have to get mad at it, but just go into meditation, try to visualize what the ego might look like. If it were a person, what does your ego look like? I make it look like whatever you want. You want to make it look like Magneto, or I don't know who you want to look like, really. Darth Vader, I don't know. Create an image in your mind of your ego and just sit down, have a cup of tea, and okay, ego, you said that I have to do this, and that I should feel this way about myself, and I'm not good enough, so therefore I need to do this, this, and this. Please tell me, why is that? Like, no judgments here, ego. I just want to know. And you might be surprised on what your ego has to say. Your ego might be like, well, because growing up I thought, like, I could never do enough to make my parents proud. So now as an adult, I'm whatever years old, and I feel like everything I do is not enough. And so I've been trying to push you to do more because I feel inadequate. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Let's work on it then. So this is an opportunity to have a talk with your ego, okay? And think of the things that might be causing a bit of burnout, might be causing stress, anxiety, trepidation in certain things. Just because the ego is wanting to protect you from something in the past, but that has nothing to do with the present. Okay, so grab a cuppa and have have a sit down with the ego. You have an opportunity for that. Okay, so then the blocks on Saturday, or a block. We have the 5 of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, this person's face. Can you see that? I've been in that before where you're like, oh my God, how am I going to afford that? I want this. How is this going to happen? And if it's like a catch-22. The more we focus on not having enough for something, or if only I made enough money for this, we actually end up blocking ourselves from making, and this, I'm just using money as an example. It's not always money, but we end up blocking ourselves from making the money we need for the thing that we want. It's like kind of weird. Let's say, for instance, you guys know that I bought some property, and I'm eventually going to put a home on it, and eventually that's going to be #burning sage. I really truly want that retreat. I want a healing retreat. I want my homies to come out, and I want us to be able to work together. Let's create some real magic, a real spiritual retreat. But from the money I make now perspective, it's like, how am I going to afford all those cabins, or whatever it is I decide to put on the land? How am I going to afford to feed all those people that I have in my head that are going to come? How am I going to hire the people that I want to help at this spiritual retreat? Like, how am I ever going to pay for all of that? Okay, if I were to just focus solely on that, thank you, Silver Star. If I were to just focus solely on that, of like, I'm never going to have enough for that. How? I block myself from seeing any sort of opportunity that would help me get those things. And who knows, maybe those things would come into alignment and it would have nothing to do with money. Maybe the people I pair up with have connections with those things and could bring some of those things in. I don't know. I leave that up to the universe. But because of our ego mind wants us to know step by step the future so that we feel comfortable to take that leap. But we can't take those leaps without the faith. And where does the faith come from? Our soul. It's such a catch-22. So if you're worried about not having enough for X, Y, and Z, or not being able to do because you don't have whatever it is you think you need right now, be careful that you aren't blocking yourself from that. You can say, okay, these are the things I'm trying to do to work towards that goal, but I'm not really going to be so concerned with how that's going to transgress. I'm going to leave that part up to the universe. That's its job. That's my higher self's job. But my 3D self, this is what I'm going to do for right now. And every time you feel your mind start to wander of like, oh my God, I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know how this is going to happen. Then you're like, just chill pill, Darth Vader, ego, Magneto. Just chillax. It'll come. That's where the faith comes in. All right. So just be wary of that block. All right, you guys. So pulled a lot of cards there. Let me take a little drink ski. And let's pull a card for our elements. Okay, so if you want to, in the comment section right now, tell me what your sun, moon, and rising are, and think of them being as the element of air, element of water, fire, earth. And so you can tune into, the ones that correspond with your sun, moon, and rising. Okay, so we're going to take a look into the element of air. So all of you that are air signs, either air in your sun, in your moon, or in your rising, here we go. This is a little extra something something for you to focus on for this week, okay? By the way, where are my air signs? Because I'm a Gemini. I'm a Gemini sun. I'm a Libra moon. I have a Scorpio rising, so I'm going to take a look at the water in just a moment. But let's take a look at my air homies. Billy said, back. The thing was on later than I thought. Well, excellent. Happy to have you back. La Luna says, I'm a double water with an air moon. Silver Star said, Aries sun, Capricorn moon, Taurus rising. All right. So for my little air babies out there, anybody who's got some air in the old sun and the old moon or in the old rising. Oh, Silver Star says it's 11:11 there. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Billy says, I'm between air and water. Some scopes say I'm one, say some I'm in the other. Well, let's take a look into both. Alalunu said, OMG, I'm a Libra moon too. No wonder I resonate so much with your energy. Ooh, ooh. City of the Shadow Seas, I'm an Aquarius sun, Scorpio moon, Leo rising. Actually, James is a Leo rising. Scorpio sun. All right, my little air babies. What do we got? Ace of Wands. We put some fire in that air energy. Talk about fan the flames. Purity says it's 1:11 where you are. Dude, I am surrounded by so many ones lately. Pay attention to those synchronicities, you guys. Something new is happening, and I'm like, I can't wait. It's like a gift. I'm waiting for this present. Like, what is it? And City said it's a 12:12 for you, and a lot of those twos. Ever since that 2 portal, a lot of twos have been popping up as well. Okay. Sabrina said, my sun is in air, Libra, moon in Virgo, earth, and my ascendant in Taurus, earth. All right, so you got the air and the earth skis. All right, so for my air babies who love to fan the flames, not me. Okay, let's take a look here. All right, with all that creative energy that we got going on, remember with the, before I fall over, grab it here. The One Chuen, that's our creative energy for this week, right? And we also have a looking into, healing and all that stuff this week. But for my air signs, you guys have a lot of this communication energy, this mental energy. Your little brains are like, doo, 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 doo. Billy says, I like Kyle Gray's book, Angel Numbers. It's got so much info for meanings behind the numbers. Oh yeah, definitely check that out. There's one, I'll think about it later. I've forgotten the name. With all the thinking, you guys have power of the mind and power of speech, and as well as many other things. How can you take that, what's going on up here, and put that into some bomb creative energy this week? Okay, what are some ideas that have been running around in your brain like, oh my gosh, I just thought it would be so cool. Like, I like to wear wigs. I haven't worn them much here in Arizona because sometimes it gets too hot and I can't wear my wigs, but I love to wear lots of colors in my hair. So you might have like, let's say an idea like that, like, oh, I've always wanted to be one of those people that just like goes outside, like full on Harajuku, or like full on, purple hair, or, I always wished I was one of those people. Well, why don't you? And if it's for fear of what other people may think, then maybe that's a shadow or something that you can work on. But remember, we're also wanting to get in touch with our inner child. So for my air signs, you got a lot of creative ideas. You have a lot of creative thinking up here. So whether you want to put that into your style this week, whether you want to put that into your journaling or poetry or a painting or something creative, but get it out of your head and put it into the 3D world, okay? In your head, those ideas that are coming in, that's from the 4th and 5th realms. 4 and 5D realms. So as that stuff comes in, don't just let them sit there and fester. Like, make something with it, okay? Air signs, you have a leg up on this because you got a lot of creative juices, okay? So Ace of Wands, y'all. Let's see, Silver Star says, it's been every combination for me. So 11, 1101, 1011, so on and so forth. Definitely something big coming. I know, I'm like, what is it? Can't wait. Billy said, defo busy brain like a jar full of bees. Well, Billy, let those bees free. Let those bees free. Blogging and journaling. Yeah, baby. So, all right, air signs, you got the leg up on the creativity. Get that out there. All right, let's go and take a look into our fire signs. I saw a lot of fire when you guys were putting down your sun, moon, and rising. All right, fire signs. What do you got for us? All right, fire babies, fire babies. Bad person's on fire. Speaking of fire, Ace of Wands, Queen of Wands. So we have a lot of wands this week. I'm just looking down at all the cards. There's so many wands, pentacles. I mean, take that into consideration. That's awesome. City said, I'm writing a song lyrics for me. That's awesome. All right, so my fire homies. You have the opportunity to take charge of certain situations this week. It could be the indecisiveness of my fellow air signs, where we're all up here going, ooh, we could do this and this and this and this. But the fire signs jump in and they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's take one of those ideas and let's do this. And then all the air signs are like, oh yeah, we could do that. You know, so you guys have the opportunity to take charge of the situation for something fun this week. So if you have a lot of indecisive people that you're coming across this week, you know, and it could be even for fun stuff. Sometimes it could be maybe not so fun stuff. But where could you step into that fiery power and not to boss people around, but to say, okay, these are a lot of great ideas that you guys have, but we can't possibly do them all in a 24-hour period. Let's take one of those ideas and let's do this, so that everybody feels heard, of course, and everybody feels like they're involved, but you give them direction for their mental energy, okay, that creative energy. So give direction for the energy this week. You guys have the ability to do that, especially with all that fire. And because you have that fire, people tend to respect what you have to say, and they really look to you because you have a very commanding energy. Okay, so take that commanding energy into the positive, not to say, thou shalt do what I say, but like, hey, that all sounds well and good, but I say we all just go to the drive-in today. And everybody's like, okay, that sounds cool. Let's go to the drive-in. I mean, when's the last time we've been to a drive-in? I would love to go to the drive-in again. So there you go. Fire signs, direct that energy for us and get us to consolidate our thoughts into maybe one meaningful thing. Okay, let's look into our water signs. So I have water in my rising, Scorpio rising. James is Scorpio sun, but I know there's a lot of other water signs in there. So my watery folks, my watery homies, what can you focus on this week? The Five of Cups. Okay. This is so water sign energy. Not just because it's cups, but like, look at his face. Look at that face. Isn't that reminds me of a lot of you guys. City said, never been to a drive-in theater. Really? Well, maybe that's something you could do this week. Okay, but my water signs. When some people want to play the guilt trip parade, you know the type, and you can feel the energy of people that want to guilt trip you into things, people that want to make you feel a particular way or do something for them, but without actually telling you to do it, but they're trying to guilt trip you into do it. This is where you can have a little bit of a sassy attitude this week where you just kind of like, he has a face that like, I don't give a F. Like, I'm not like getting into your guilt trip energy. Like, this is where the water signs get to be like, meh. You know, where somebody's like, oh my gosh. And then when you did this and this, that really hurt me. So what are you going to do about it? You know, but they're really just like trying to project onto you. And the water signs just get to be like, I wonder what that really says about you. All right, well, peace out. Billy's like, he don't give a fish. Yes. So my water signs, where can you show people and know it in your soul that you don't give a fish about the people that are trying to put their stuff onto you and they're trying to project onto you? And I know many of you water signs, especially you Scorpios out there, are really good at not taking on other people's energy like that. So step into that power this week. Don't let people try to whatever pee in your pool. Okay. They can go to the bathroom elsewhere. Lamuna says, that's so cool that your partner is a Scorpio. I love seeing really neat synastry like that, where the rising and the sun are possibly conjunct. You two much deeply understand one another. Oh, it can be difficult, but it's also awesome. So yeah, don't let anybody pee in your pool or your cornflakes or whatevs. Give them the tube. I don't give a fish. And let them deal with that, okay? All right, so moving on to my earth signs. I saw there were a lot of earth signs in here. All right, my earthy babies. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, okay. We have the Ace of Cups. Interesting, mixing that water with our very earthy homies out there. Is he washing his paws? Is he getting a drink? Up to perception. But let's see here. Okay. All right. So she walks in beauty, watching in bed. Hey! So my earth babies who have feet firmly planted on terra firma, on Mama Gaia. Where can you take some of the energy? There's a lot of emotional energy, you know, I understand, going on right now. And there's a lot of intuitive hits people have right now. Sometimes that can throw our very earthy friends off balance. Because, I mean, for us air signs and the water signs, I mean, we're always like, woo, we're off in the ethers, or swimming in the oceans, and things like that. The fire signs are off like just, you know. But the earthy people, they're stable, they're strong, but they're being hit with a lot of this like water energy, like intuition, emotions, and they're like, whoa, like, let's hold it here. It's getting a little cray-cray. So you're being called to find a new way to ground yourself when you're surrounded by water. So when you are so far from shore and you're in the seas, how can you ground yourself in your little boat? And maybe you imagine it's not a boat. I'm actually, you know what? I'm not on a rocking boat. I'm on a yacht. I'm on a yacht. I'm on a boat. Take a good hard look. You guys watch The Lonely Island? Yeah. So where can you guys stabilize yourselves in the seas? Okay, this week. So find a way that's something different, because we're in that creative energy, remember? Something different, you guys, your earth signs out there, to ground yourself when things are getting a little watery, a little too many, you know, downloads coming on, a little like synchronicity, just boom, boom, boom in your face, you know, maybe knocking you off balance and how you normally ground yourself. So this is a opportunity for you guys this week to find a different way to ground your earthy selves that you haven't tried before, because if you keep doing same old, you might actually get too caught up in all the energy, and it might be a little disorienting, and it might take a toll on you physically, emotionally, and mentally. So find a different way to ground yourselves, my homies, this week. Okay, all right, let's take a sip of tea on that. Um, Billy said, sounds like a recap to Monkeys and the Circus, eh? Exactly. I mean, that's why I like using multiple tarot decks, because I could be getting very similar messages, but from different decks, which shows me that, like, shut up, ego brain. Like, these are the messages. This is the true energy that's coming through. Okay, so there was a special question. I posted a poll on YouTube and to Patreon and to anybody who's going to join as my YouTube members, which all that information is down below in case you're interested. But I asked what question you would like me to read for during today's chat. Okay, and the question that won the poll was, what opportunity is headed my way? All right. Hey, Annette, how are you? Good morning. You're just in time for the special question. So you guys voted. The question that won is, what opportunity is headed my way? So let's take a look-ski. Let me put this deck over here. I'm going to grab this here. All right, so what opportunity is headed your guys' way this week? What opportunity is coming? And maybe it has something to do with all that numerological synchronicity that's going on lately, like ones and twos and whatever out the yin-yang. So here we go. What opportunity is coming our way? I mean, and we have looked into all those wonderful opportunities kind of happening throughout the week. But take a look at this as a bigger opportunity, okay? So what opportunity is coming our way? And sometimes it's good to have a little heads up so we can be on the lookout for it. All right. Decisions. She walks in, Beauty's like, too many. Can always count on you for the dad jokes. So you noticed here, this person's creating a whole world in their hands. You guys got the whole world in your hands. So again, that connects with that Chuen energy, that Kundalini, Koyopa, whatever you want to call it, energy. Billy's like, the deck was box flash went too quickly and I blinked. Oh, sure. Connected and free oracle. So City says, my question is, what opportunities are going to open for me as I learn the tougher lessons this week? All right, so I will keep that in mind as well for the one card draw for you at the end. Okay, so the bigger opportunity for this week is a reminder that we have free will. We really do. And we get to decide what we want to do, how we want to react, how we want to feel each and every day. We can allow outside influences to trigger us, but remember, when we're triggered, that's just a reminder of places that we need to heal. We can allow people to decide how we're going to feel, but that's our decision. You could say, well, that person on the street called me whatever name, kind of like at the Domino's yesterday. The choice was up to all the workers in there to either allow that guy's negative energy to totally screw up the rest of their evening, or to say to themselves, you know what, I choose not to take that guy's energy. That's something more to do with him than it is to do with us. And they go about their day. So the big opportunity is for you guys really to take notice, because sometimes things just happen. We make decisions unconsciously, and then we're like, oh man, why is this and this and this happening to me? When really it was a series of decisions on your part that led up to that. A series of letting people affect you emotionally, physically, mentally, so on and so forth. It was a series of decisions to allow somebody's negative energy into your space, because it could be, attaching to some self-doubt that we have, or our negative core beliefs that we have about ourselves. So sometimes we allow people's negative energy in because it feeds those negative core beliefs about ourselves. So this is where we really get to pay attention. Everything that happens, you might want to stop and decide, what am I going to do in this situation? How do I want to feel? How do I want to react? And how do I want to move forward? Oh, Billy, you're very welcome. Thank you. Thank you. So you guys have the decision. The whole world's in your hands. You decide, how do you want your week to look? Yes, I did a whole entire reading with all the energies that are out there, but really you don't have to do anything that my cards said. You really don't even have to listen to me. It's up to you. What do you guys choose? And I think that when we finally feel like we're in the driver's seat and we get to choose how we react in certain situations, that actually empowers us. And when we feel empowered, we're more likely to surround ourselves with positive people or people that are more in alignment with that powerful energy, thus raising our vibration, thus helping us to grow, thus helping us to put more awesome energy out into the universe, helping other people. And it all starts with small, everyday decisions. And we make about a bazillion decisions each day. So I know maybe we can't be like totally focused on every single little bazillion decision, but try the best that you can. And just know that this is going to have an effect later on because it's that ripple effect, right? So the more we are conscious of our decisions, how we choose to feel, who we're allowing into our space, if we're allowing their energy in, and then we're working on those things about ourselves, we strengthen this solar plexus right here, our power, we become stronger. And when our energy changes like that, the people that are in our sphere and the opportunities that come our way, the way we look at things, it's just a change because we're changing energetically. And then we start to shift how we our place in the world. We end up helping other people just because we've helped ourselves, so keep that in mind. That is a huge opportunity, you guys. I know some people are like, oh, I was kind of hoping I'd win the lottery this week. Okay, well, if money is your goal, think about all the little micro decisions that you're making. Is it in alignment with quote unquote winning the lottery or, making tons of cash? And actually, is that actually your goal? Okay, so decisions, my friends. Billy said the 3 gates. It is true. It is necessary. It is kind. My favorite question to ask myself when others' energy gets loud is this mine? Exactly. So is this yours to take? And do you want to take it on? And if you do, then why? Okay? Always say why? Like a little kid, but why? But why? But why? That's where your inner child comes out. And please listen to that inner child. Okay. You guys who are in the chat today, you get to vote on the next question, okay? Because I want you guys to have an opportunity to participate since you're actually here. Okay, it's an either or for the next question. And I want you to either vote with a red heart or a green heart. And Billy, since you're our moderator, if you don't mind counting up the red hearts and the green hearts. Okay, so here we go. Here are the 2 questions. I'll let you know which one is a red heart, bless you, and which one is a green heart. City said, how much do you water an aloe plant? Daily. It takes a lot of water, at least my neck of the woods. Billy said, why bird? Exactly. Okay, so the first question, what message does Spirit have? And you would vote for that with a red heart. Or, what's your superpower this week? And you would vote for that with a green heart. Okay, so cast your votes now. Red heart is, what message does Spirit have for me this week? Or vote with a green heart if you want to know your superpower this week. What is your superpower this week? Okay, votes. I give you guys a few moments to do that. So, green heart, Spirit's message, or sorry, a red heart, Spirit's message, green heart for your superpower. And then, there you go. So Billy has it for you guys. All right, so red hearts or green hearts. And then Billy, again, if you don't mind counting up those red hearts and green hearts. Okay, so red heart, what message does Spirit have for me? Green heart, what's my superpower this week? Okay, and so Billy wrote it out for you guys as well, in case you were trying to figure out which one was red heart and which one was green heart. And Lisa said, so far we have 4 for red and 2 for green. Okay, probably going to use my Mars power again, maybe for this question. All right. All right, so we had some more votes coming in. All right, 5 for red, 2 for green. Who will win? I know. Do 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 do. All right, Billy said we have 6 for red so far and 2 for green. All right, we're going to do a countdown. Lisa said, what message does Spirit have for me for 100? Playing Jeopardy over there. Okay, so it looks like, if I go back here, it looks like red hearts. All right, so spiritual powers. Okay, so it looks like most people voted with the red heart. Okay. Okay, so again, the red heart is, what message does Spirit have for me? All right, the message. I'm going to pull a card, but I'm actually going to connect with Spirit for this one. All right, so Billy said it was 5 for red, 2 for green, and counted my heart for the questions. Okay, so looks like it was red. What message does Spirit have for us this week? And so when I do a question like this, we're asking the consolidation of all of our spirit guides coming into one voice. Okay, so all of our guides, all of our spirit guides coming into one voice. Okay, before I even look at the card, okay, before I look at the card, I just want to go with messages I'm receiving right now first. The message from Spirit, what Spirit is showing me, again, this is a mixture of all of our guides in one voice, showing me like, I don't know if anybody was ever in marching band in high school or something like that, but you know, you have the drummers, right? And they're very, I had friends, and they're doing their thing. But I'm also seeing, you know, while everybody's in uniform, everybody looks identical, everybody's, you know, strict movements, you know, everybody's perfect, pitch perfect when it comes to the flute and the drums and, you know, all of that, trumpets, trombones. And there's one person who gets out of line and they're doing like a whole freaking riff, you know, like Def Leppard, just going crazy on the drums. And everybody that's in that marching band is looking at that person as if there's something wrong with them. Nobody wants to hear your music. We just want you to get in line and make it perfect so that we all look good. Okay? But there is an error in that. Yes, if like literally, if people are a marching band, yes, they got to be uniform. But this is taking a look at it metaphorically. Society is that marching band. Everybody wants you to go to that same beat. And when there's anybody who looks different, acts different, believes differently, reacts differently, you're looked at like a pariah. There's something wrong with you. And you need to straighten up. You need to get back in line. There's something wrong with you in the head, or there's something wrong with the way you dress. You know, they want to project onto you because they're too scared to break out of line. But you're freaking the drummer from Def Leppard. Forget those people, okay? That's what Spirit's coming in with. Do your own thing, go to the beat of your own drum, because you give people the courage to do the same. And I know that it takes immense courage. It takes a lot of shadow work and a lot of looking at yourself to be able to feel alone when doing that. But just know that you are helping so many other people when you do that. They feel more confident to join you. Any that's ever started or ever happened needed somebody to be the one to take the heat for everybody first. Okay. And then everybody else was, oh, okay, I'm gonna join that guy, because they felt confident. They felt like they could stand behind that person because they were too scared to do it themselves. So be that person so that everybody else who feels like they can't break the drum line can join you. Okay, but you got to be that person. And I know that could be difficult for you guys, especially when you don't want everybody looking at you and all of that. But just know that this is like a higher calling. Got to work on the ego to kind of get out of that and bring in that higher calling. Okay, so let's take a look at what this card has. Billy said, oh, who's feeling the energy? My ears are getting really hot right now. Silver Star's back was getting warm. Lisa said, going to beat my own drum. Billy was getting tickles and tingles. Lisa, pour some spirit sugar on me. Billy said, be the light, don't dim your sparkle for anyone else. 10 of Cups, booyah. Cups to me, I mean, sometimes people see the 10 Pentacles as family, but I see this as our spiritual family, okay? How can you ever find your spiritual family, and how can they ever find you if you don't break free from the drum line? Okay, so like I said, I know this can be difficult, especially when you feel like you're the only one who thinks this way or feels this way or dresses this way, and you feel like everybody's eyes are on you. And that can be very uncomfortable for a lot of people, but that's, please, 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 Spirit is saying, and these are all your guides, by the way, including my guides, please try and work on that. And just keep in mind, knowing that you're not doing it just for yourself, but you're doing it for everybody else, okay? So there are people that are going to look to you, and even if they're quiet for a little while, they're looking and they're waiting to see when they're going to get back in line, or are they going to say, screw these people, and they're going to continue, you know? And they're waiting and they're watching. And when they see that you don't give in and you don't give up, then they're like, oh, well, maybe I could come over here with you too. Okay, help them to break free, but it's going to require a lot of work on your part, like no joke. I know that's difficult, like seriously, but just know that you're doing it for the greater good. Okay. Whew, my gosh, that was a big download. Lisa said, so true. I'm black sheep in my family. City says, I've got some tingles, vibrations, and ringing in my ears going on. Billy said, like in the film Footloose. Exactly. Like, some of those the messages in those movies is not just make believe and for funsies. Like, sometimes there's really good messages out there. So you guys, if you truly, truly want to find your place in the world, sometimes you have to be the one to break free, and then people will come to you. And some of us, you know, are waiting and seeing, is anybody else going to break free? Because I'm too scared. But what if nobody else does? Then you got to be the one. Lisa said, love this message on a Sunday to begin the week. Silver Star said, Rainbow Ram. All right. My gosh, you guys. So let's get into a healing. Those of you guys that are doing any super stickers or super chats after the healing, I'll do a 1-card draw for you personally. I know City of the Shadow Seas, you had a question. I'll answer your personal question with 1-card draw afterwards. But let's do a healing. Let's start the week off right, okay? To help us get into that creative energy, and also to help us to stand into our power. So remember, we have Chuen, we have creative energy this whole week, and it's also going to go into next week as well. And the focus being on our healing journey, okay? Taking into consideration all the messages that we got for the week and all of the elemental messages that we got for the week. And remember that you are in the driver's seat. Seriously. And so try as best as you can. I know that you probably won't be able to be conscious of every single decision, but try the best you can to look at the micro decisions that you make, because they're going to add up to something bigger later on. And especially look at all those synchronicities. You know something big is coming, something new is coming. So let's put a let's make sure that it's in our favor, okay? And then taking into account what Spirit had to say to us about breaking the drum line. Billy said, the world, the crystal, this is my spiritual family. Here I feel connected. And we said, yes, need the healing. All right, so let's get our healing on. Let's do this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the singing bowl. I also have my moon water here because I don't believe that you sometimes physically need the moon water sprayed on you, because I don't think this can go through a camera. But it's the energy, and this is full moon water, which is about releasing. Okay, we're going to release some preconceived. I can't talk anymore. See what happens every time I do like a mediumship thing, like my words are like blah, 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 blah. But we want to help release the preconceived notions about ourselves, because oftentimes those preconceived notions come from other people, and we've just taken it on as us just being us, when it may not be our true selves. So that's what I like, especially full moon water for, is to help release a lot of those things. So we're going to use the energy of moon water for releasing. And then the thing that I showed you guys before that I absolutely love is my quartz crystal tuning fork. Okay, so let's settle in. And I still have my candle burning here. And exhale. Fully breathe in again, filling it in the lungs and into the stomach. And out. Okay? With every cell in your body, every fiber in your being, allow the human self to open to receiving this healing energy. Allow your spirit to soak it up to help you in your journey this week. And so it is. Okay, continue breathing in and out. Steady your breath. Feel it going into the lungs, into the stomach, and in the exhale, feel your stomach going back to your spine. Okay, exhale as much as you can. Let's start with the singing bowl. Okay, sound energy. Let's break up those old patterns, old ways of thinking, of doing, of feeling. We're bringing in some creativity, things we've never done before. I'll bring it to my microphone so you guys can hear. Okay, we want to get out of the old energy. We're surrounded by all these ones, the powerful portal of two. We want to grow. We want to shift and change. We want to heal. We are unafraid to step into our higher selves. We move forward this week with full control over our decisions in every aspect of our lives. We know that in order for true change to occur, we need to change inside. Okay, I'm going to bust out the moon water. Again, although you may not be able to feel the water on your skin, Just open yourself to that releasing energy. I release old patterns, old paradigms, old ways of thinking, being, and doing. I am a powerful, powerful manifester. I am connected to all. I am not alone. And I release what does not serve. And so it is. A little bit. Lisa washed her hair in moon water once. That's amazing. That would be amazing. My gosh. Wash that thing right out of my hair. Okay. Let's get into our tuning fork. This might be harder for you guys to hear, but it sends out a lot of vibration. So it's very quiet, but it's got a lot of vibes, okay? So I'm gonna place it on my heart chakra, radiating out. I am intending that the connection is to each and every heart chakra of the people who are watching, either now or in the future, whenever that may be. Energy transcends space and time. I just realized the number of minutes I've been on, 111, 111. It's getting crazy, you guys. I'm so excited. What is this thing that is coming? Okay. Okay, sit for a moment with that energy. And you can end with a so it is, an amen, or however it is that you close up. So mote it be. All right. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to do a 1-card draw for super chat, super stickers. So again, the people that wanted a 1-card draw specifically for them and their question, you could do a super chat and super sticker right now, but I know City of the Shadow Seas was one of our super chats. So I'm going to be pulling a card. And then we'll do a closing of the circle so that, you know, all of us that are in this energy right now, kind of releasing our reading, you know, off into the ethers, and then do a little bit of thanks for all my Patreon homies and all of my YouTube subscribers and all of you guys. All right. So, and of course, all the people who do super chat and super stickers. All right. So, City, what was your question again? Let me know. Remind me. With all the stuff that's been going on, I kind of forgot. And all right, so Billy's taking off. All right. Have a great rest of your weekend. Billy said 11 people watching. Oh my God, all the 111s. Everybody saying love and hugs. Thanks everyone. Stay safe and thanks for this beautiful space. Everybody saying take care. Purity and Passion said thank you. All right. So kind of looking back, I think Shadow Seas, I can't find your comment from before. I think it was, oh, I think your question was what opportunity is personally headed for you this week based on all the energies that are going on and everything that was from the reading. I believe that was the question. If I go back and look. Okay, so my question was what opportunities are opening for me as I learn the tougher lessons this week. That's what it was. Okay, let me have a little bit of tea. Okay, City. Um, okay, so yeah, what opportunities are going to come from the tough lessons this week? So as you learn the tougher lessons. Okay, City. So as you are conscious of the lessons that are coming up for you this week, whether they are joyful or not, um, if you can consciously dive into those things and realize that they're lessons and they're not something against you, here's the opportunity that is coming. Oh, dude, this is a powerful card, girl. Okay. And well, I mean, they're all powerful cards, but still. Okay. So this week in particular, with all this energy and all the creativity, um, if you can be conscious enough to realize that even when things are really tough and unpleasant, that it's not a punishment, that it's there for you to learn and to grow, even though it may not feel good. If you can dive into that, it's almost as if time slows down and becomes less chaotic for you this week. So instead of, it feels like everybody's trying to talk at once and come at you and everything is happening. It's almost like everything slows down, like, and you have more time to decide, well, maybe I want to do this now. When what I'm trying to say is you won't feel so rushed to remember where's my other card? Remember that decisions card, that big opportunity that we have coming this week? You won't feel so rushed to make a decision. I know that we have micro decisions that happen quickly on a daily basis, but if you can slow down time, or what it feels like you're slowing down time, because you're taking in the lessons and you're learning them one by one and you are being open to that, it feels like you can slow down time to where you can actually see yourself making the decisions. And when we're not feeling rushed to make a decision, we tend to make better choices because they're coming from our heart and not from the ego brain that's like, I'm going to feel pressured to just do this. I'm just going to let this person do an emotional dump on me. Oh, I just feel like I should do this just so people don't feel like I'm in their way. So if you want to get yourself out of that kind of chaotic energy of feeling rushed to make a decision, whatever it may be, like how you feel or how you react or the people that you're allowing in, slow down time. You have the opportunity to slow time this week so that you can make more conscious decisions that are for your best and highest good instead of rushed decisions. Okay? So as you take in those tough lessons this week, you're able to slow down time, make better decisions, which means that you can grow and you are again ascending yourself to a higher level. Okay, higher level of consciousness. So I love this standstill card. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And isn't it the same like when we're in meditation? It feels like time slows down. Well, this is a way to have what happens in meditation have in your waking life. All right. So I hope this connects with you, Shadow Seeds. Let me know how your week goes. People are saying, beautiful card, Bernadette. Thank you, sister. Great to be here on this live. I'm so happy to have had you all here. Thank you guys for coming to this Sunday live chat. Again, I'll have this every Sunday from now on, same time. So same bat time, same bat channel, but 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So I'm sure, and I'll make sure that I put, the upcoming live in advance so that you guys have time to do the special question. You have time to do the poll if you're on Patreon or if you're just doing it through public YouTube or YouTube members, that you have time to kind of prepare like, oh, okay, Sunday, it's going to be at this time. So I'll do it a few days at least in advance so that you have time to kind of participate and do all of those things. All right. Oh, Silver Star has a super sticker. So, all right, Silver Star, do you have a particular question? I'll do a one card poll before we do a closing of the circle here. And I truly love this deck. So I'm going to just keep using it. It's like beautiful. I've had it for a while. You're very welcome, Annette. All right. So again, Silver Star, let me know if you have a particular question. Lisa loves the sticker choice, as I do, otherwise, we could just look into like a more general thing if you want. Okay, so what you need to focus on, personally this week. All right. All right, Silver Star, what you need to focus on first. Oh, I'm being guided to actually dig into the deck. Unusual. You're gonna love it. Oh, Michelle also has one. What message information do I keep ignoring from my higher self? All right, Michelle, we'll get to you next. All right, Silver Star, fun. Remember, we're talking about creativity this week. Remember, we're talking about our inner child and maybe being a little bit mature, maybe, you know, on, what was it, Saturday, Sunday, whatever it may be. All right, so Michelle, definitely have a great rest of your Sunday and have a fabulous week. So the replay will be here for everybody. All right, so this week, Silver Star, if at any point you are feeling overwhelmed, you are feeling emotions that, you know, if we had them for too long would cause us to be ill physically. You know, sometimes when we're stressed for too long, you just know you're physically going to get sick, okay? Because your body's going to rebel. When you are feeling physically overwhelmed for too long, it's going to come out in some way. Either you throw out your back, you're going to get sick, whatever it may be, okay? So, in order for your body not to scream at you that you're carrying and doing too much for too long, and it decides it's gonna, like, you know what, I'm gonna give her a cold, or I'm gonna throw out her knee, or, you know, something like that. You need to find a way to incorporate a little bit of fun in everything that you do. That helps to alleviate the stress. It helps to alleviate the pressure you may feel. So if at any point during this week you feel like things are getting too dark, too heavy, then you're like, whoa, I don't know any kindergartner that would be cool with this. No, this kindergartner would be like, peace out on this. I'm gonna go play tetherball, or I'm gonna play tetherball. I'm gonna go do this because that's way more fun. Okay, so what fun can you have this week? All right, make it fun. And if you're not having fun, or at least you're not getting creative with it, then you know that it's going to start piling and piling and piling, and your body is going to respond to the anxiety, self-doubt, to the fear, all of those things that lower our vibration. Okay, we want to vibrate up here. Doesn't mean we're happy-go-lucky all the time. That's not what high vibration means. It just means that we understand that the things that are coming into our reality are lessons for us to learn so that we can grow, so that we can keep that high vibration. Sure, we get sad. Sure, we shed tears, but we learn from it instead of staying in that low vibration. That's something that I have to learn too. So I'm not like just like, you know, preaching to you. I'm preaching to myself too. So this is like for a lot of us. But have some fun. And if you're not having fun, then you need to figure out how to make it more creative and how to alleviate a lot of that tends to pile on, okay? So that our body doesn't have to remind us that we're bringing on too much stress. We're hanging around people that suck our energy, you know, things like that. All right, so Silver Star, I hope that connected with you. Michelle had what message information do I keep ignoring from my higher self? All right, so, and Michelle's gonna watch the replay. Silver Star said, good to know. I need to do my creative project this week. I love doing them. Need to make time to play with it more. Excellent. That's excellent. Lisa's loving the images, dude. This deck, man. All right. So Michelle, okay, what message or information does she keep ignoring from her higher self? Okay, Michelle. Dude, I know Michelle's already left, but she's going to watch this in the replay. I have seen for the past 2 days nothing but octopi. um, the city is saying the standstill card does not connect. Well, I would say that then during this week, as you're taking things in and learning, see how when it does come to decisions that are popping up for you, how you have a little bit more leeway. So as this week plays out, and let me know, how it ends up playing out for you, how you have more leeway when it comes to, like, let's say somebody calls you up and they really are not the person that you want to talk to, how you can make the decision of either I'm going to just out of kindness talk to this person on the phone and let them suck my energy and all of everything I have, and I'm going to give, and they're going to take. Or you can make the decision to say, you know what, maybe I'll call you later, or I just don't feel like talking right now. So it would slow those decisions down instead of like the phone rings and automatically is, oh, okay, I'll just let this person talk to me. Okay? So as this week plays out, just be mindful of the decisions as they come up, and just notice that you have more time to make those decisions, letting people into your sphere, how you feel, and things like that. Annette said, I saw a car at my daughter's school with the octopus stickers all over this week. I know. So freaking Michelle, your card, you and the octopus energy is coming up a lot for us. And when we think about octopus medicine, octopi are very smart. Pigs are actually very smart. And we don't give them enough credit. We think they're dirty and they're dumb. They're actually very smart creatures. Octopus are very, very smart. They can get into like a little hole this big. This entire octopus could fit through it. So they are the masters of escape and of creativity. And yes, being in the water, they have a lot of that psychic energy. This is does, but it doesn't, but it really connects. Okay. So Michelle, where it says intuitive and psychic powers, that's actually what it says here. Your higher self is trying to tell you that you don't give enough credit to how creative you can be and how smart you can be in particular situations, just because maybe you haven't done a particular thing before. Like, let's say you're trying to solve a problem, and because it's not the usual way people solve problems, it may seem like it would take longer to solve problems by doing it that way. It might seem dumb, but your intuition is saying to do it that way. And you may, and this might be subconsciously shutting down that intuition because logically it doesn't make sense to you. So your higher self is saying, too many times have you let the ego step in because in the logical 3D world, it hasn't made sense to do things that way, or to set out your day this way. It makes more sense to do it this way because that's how everybody else would do it, and this is where you can get the most done, all the adulting done. But where's the chance for play? Octopus, by the way, love to play. Where's the chance for play? Where's the chance for creativity? If it's all being shut down by this ego lockstep, way of doing things. So next time the intuition pops up with trying to do something differently, but it seems illogical, just try it. Just give it a go. Your intuition is your higher self saying, just give it a go. And you'll be amazed on how you feel. Yes, maybe something will take longer to do. But what's to be gained is more than just the completion of the task. What's to be gained is a shift in your energy, a better connection with your intuition because you trust it more. You're saying, you know what, ego, thanks for helping, but my intuition is the one that actually guides me. And this might be all happening on a subconscious level. Okay, so take the advice of Octopus, which is actually a message from your guides and your higher self, that you are an extremely psychic person. We all are. We have this amazing spirit inside of us, and we have this amazing connection to source. But our human self comes into this existence with the ego, not as a block, but usually just to kind of help guide us. But we end up letting it be the captain instead of the assistant. Okay, so wherever you are allowing the ego to be the captain of the ship and saying, no, Michelle, it's more logical that you do things this way because it's faster and it's just better. Well, the ego says it's better, but what's your intuition say? So if your intuition is telling you something different, I say try the thing that's different, and your higher self is saying you're going to be amazed with the results. Okay, even if it does take longer. All right. Okay, so let me go back here. Lisa got the 10 of Tentacles. Yes, it was the 10 of Tentacles. Silver Star said, so funny, I pulled a card yesterday with a squid on it, octopus. Oh my gosh, dude, octopus energy, I'm saying. Oh yeah, Lisa, technically would be the 8 of Tentacles, yes. Our intuition is innovative. It is. And sometimes it really doesn't make sense in the 3D world. You know, some people are like, why would you do it that way? That doesn't make sense. But dude, if your intuition is saying that, then go with it. All right, you guys. So let's go ahead and close this circle up. I thank you all for participating. This was amazing. I loved being able to have you guys vote on the polls. So expect it, in the middle of next week. Again, I'll put the polls up for the special question that'll be during the Sunday live chat. And then remember that those people that are actually in the chat, you will get to 1111, Lisa. Those people will actually get to vote on the next question during the chat, so that there is a chance for you to actually, be a part of our chat and do some stuff. And then again, thank you for all the super stickers and all the super chats. And so I love being able to do one card draws as well. So thank you again. And thank you to all my patrons. Actually, I want to give you guys a personal shout out. So thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Surian. Thank you, Brandy. Thank you, V, Samara, Kirsten, Jason, the Silver Whale Witch, and Brian. Thank you all for your continued support on Patreon. It means a lot to me. And remember that I'm also opening up those YouTube memberships. So if you'd be more comfortable that way, the link is down below. I also have a PayPal me. So those people that, maybe just want to make a one-time donation to kind of help the things I do here, because this is what I love to do. It is my full-time job, and it keeps me keeps a roof over my head and food in my stomach. And also, with the decks that I have and the equipment that I have, it helps out with that too. So it's amazing exchange of energy. I appreciate it, and I appreciate all of you guys. And let's close up this circle. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take my Mosasaur wand once again. And I'm going to bring that blue energy back in, and I'm going to ground it back into Mama Gaia. Okay, so this time we're going to go Windershins, and we are going to start at the west. So I'm just visualizing that blue energy coming back in. Soaking it back in from the south, from the east, and the north. Okay, I'm going to ground the energy back into Mama Gaia, thanking the energy for bringing us together and protecting us all, creating this safe space for us while we look into the energies of the week ahead. Okay, with that, we have and so it is. Okay, I will extinguish our flame. And again, thank you all for coming in. Lisa's saying thank you. Silver Star said make a wish. Love and hugs. You all have a beautiful day. La Luna said thank you for the live and the readings. You guys are very welcome. Again, thank you. And I'm going to do this every Sunday. So every Sunday, same bat time, same bat channel. Of course, I'll put it up on YouTube so that you guys can kind of put it on your calendars. Don't forget to vote in the poll for the following week. And yeah, and don't forget, in April is when I'm going to start doing the monthly live chats, for the monthly reading for each of the 12 zodiacs. So jump into whatever reading goes with your moon sign, rising sign, sun sign. Again, I'm going to break them up that way. So again, all the other information is down below if you are interested. Thank you all for coming. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Happy Sunday. Peace out. Bye, guys.